Hello, this is Daniel Monroe. This is my second video about my experiences with TSW, topical steroid withdrawal. I'm going to talk about uh, my diet in this one because I think that was pretty much the biggest factor in my healing progress. Okay, so this was my diet before I had really considered anything about diet. Eating a lot of fast food. Um, I ate a lot of peanuts, a lot of pastas, pizza, and then I was drinking quite excessively as well. So all of these things together um, didn't really do a great job of uh, keeping me healthy. Like I started developing some minor patches of eczema, as I showed in the last video, because of this diet, I'm pretty sure, just because of the amount of carbs and processed foods, and just kind of stuff that wasn't super digestible. So that kind of started things off. And I had been warned about leaky gut before from some people, but I didn't really think that it was a real thing. It sounded made up to me, but joke's on me. Yeah, as you can see too, I ate a lot of Ichiban noodles, which is kind of why I thought the Ichidan name was suitable for me, because it kind of got me into that mess. Eventually, I decided that diet probably had a lot to do with the problems that I was facing. Um, it wasn't the only problem. Obviously, I was having a lot of side effects from the steroids, and they were definitely the main driver of my skin thinning and oozing and everything like that. Um, so I was just trying to trying to get as healthy as I could and support my immune system and everything as much as I could. And obviously, eating junk food all the time and drinking a lot of alcohol and stuff isn't going to heal you. So started to make some pretty drastic changes. So the first diet I tried was vegetarian diet. It was, kind of just supplemented meat for beans, and eating a lot of beans, a lot of legumes, still having dairy and cheese just to kind of round out the calories. And then eventually, kind of that wasn't helping. I think we did that for around 3 months or so. Didn't really see a noticeable change and was just kind of lethargic and not really feeling the best. So we switched over to a more paleo type of diet, adding meat back in. I think we were mostly eating chicken. I don't think we were eating very much red meat. And, that was kind of our fallback diet for the most part. My wife's an amazing cook, so she can pretty much make any diet taste amazing, which has been super helpful during all this. Yeah, so we tried the paleo diet for a long time. That didn't really help, and then we kind of went to a keto-ish diet. I don't think we were doing it completely right. We were getting a lot of dairy, and I think probably still too many sweeteners and stuff, and probably too much fruit and like just too many carbs in general. We weren't really counting our carbs very much, so that's pretty key when you're doing keto, is to keep your carb count really low. I think we tried the autoimmune protocol for a while and a few other diets. Nothing really seemed to work. Finally, I went to a naturopath and had a IgG blood allergy test done. What they do is they take some of your blood and they test it against a bunch of different foods to see if there's any antigens produced by your blood. And if there are, then it's assumed that you're allergic to that food and that you should probably cut it out. So I did that, and I did that for about a year. As you can see on this slide here, there's a lot of things that I had to cut out. I wasn't allowed much. Basically, here's a full list of everything I could eat. Yeah, it was pretty limited overall. I couldn't have beef. And I did that diet for over a year. My diet mostly consisted of salads, chicken soup, and shakes that with a brown rice type of protein powder. And it was quite limited. At least it was. I felt it was pretty limited at the time. I didn't hate it, but it was also, you know, not the best either. So yeah, I did that for a long time and still was not really getting the results I was after. Then finally, I switched to a carnivore diet, and that had the biggest effect out of any diet that I tried. The reason I think is because, for one, cholesterol helps rebuild damaged tissue. So I think having more animal fat helped rebuild my skin, getting the collagen from animal fats and stuff like that, I think really helped. Because of how our digestive system is evolved, we digest animal fat and protein much more effectively than plant protein. Meat has all the essential amino acids, vitamins, and nutrients that your body needs without any anti nutrients that plants have. Because plants have developed a lot of toxins and anti nutrients as an evolutionary defense to keep people from eating them, or keep, well, people and animals from eating them, and it makes absorption of nutrients difficult. We lack microbes in our guts. Our stomachs have very strong stomach acid, and that's pretty hostile to breaking down plant material. We lack the microbes needed to break it down. So yeah, the toxins can, if you have leaky gut, they can trigger autoimmune reactions. So I think eliminating plants from my diet kind of kept my immune system from attacking my skin. My Instagram here, you can kind of see I was struggling. This was kind of like the peak of bad times, and yeah, went carnivore around the end of 2018, start 2019, and yeah, within a month, I was still oozing and stuff, but it was slowly getting better, slowly healing up, and like within like, yeah, see, now we're March 30th, and pretty much by that point, I was able to kind of start working again and kind of get my life back. Yeah, started eating organ meats and just eating ground beef basically every day. Pretty boring at first, but you get used to it, and then once I started seeing these results, it was just it was easy to stay on it. Overall, it was very surprising that it worked as well as it did. I don't know if it would work for everybody, but it certainly worked for me. I'm very thankful for that. It could also be that for a lot of people, it seems like the withdrawal process from corticosteroids takes about 5 years. So it's possible that I kind of just naturally healed, but I think the being on the carnivore diet, I think, definitely helped, just to kind of keep my system from having any kind of autoimmune response and allowing it to heal while also giving me the nourishment that I needed. Yeah, so it's hard to say whether or not that was the silver bullet that I was looking for, but I tried every other diet that I could think of, and yeah, within a few months, I was pretty much back to normal. And yeah, just eating meat. And I'm starting to incorporate some other foods now, very slowly, but I'm still primarily meat based, and it's still going well. So, yeah, that's kind of my story, and I hope it helps somebody. Um, I don't think you have much to lose if you try it. Uh, there's a lot of kind of information out there that says that meat's dangerous and unhealthy, but the more I've looked into it, the more I've found that information doesn't really, the evidence isn't very strong. It's it's mostly based off like food questionnaires and can only kind of suggest correlation, but it doesn't really show causation. So it's a lot of like kind of bad epidemiological data that indicates that meat is unhealthy, but um, when you really scrutinize it, it doesn't really stand up to the weight of the evidence. And to me, it just seems pretty apparent that we've been eating meat for like millennia. So um, processed foods and stuff like that, those are new to our diet. Uh, and I think we probably evolutionarily haven't really adapted to them. So meat we have, and the way that our digestive system is uh, seems to be constructed indicates to me that we can digest it better than any other food. Um, so yeah, I would suggest it if you're really running out of options. And yeah, hope that helps somebody. All right, thank you.